Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back. I'm wearing the same shirt I was just wearing in a different video because I haven't got to do laundry yet. But today we're going to be doing the first makeover video on my channel and my new house, and I'm very excited about it. Today we're tackling the easiest and simplest of all the projects we've started, and that is the coffee bar situation. Now, in my house tour, I showed you this area. It was kind of like the dining room area. It's right beside the kitchen, and it's a small dining room if you think of it as a dining room with a very low chandelier situation. But this is one of the easiest projects I figured I could take on and set up by myself without much help at all, honestly. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown of the area. We're going to clean it up, clear it out, and then get started with the project to make it look a little more clean, spooky, and just fresh, because I don't do the brown cabinets. So when you're walking into the house, you have to come through here to get to the main area. Here is the dining area. So here's our kitchen. Yes, it's a mess. We're still unpacking. We have this really low chandelier, which I can butt my head on because it is just that low. And then we have these built-in cabinets. Now these built-in cabinets, I think, were a really pretty thing to begin with, because they're in great shape. Now it does have this ugly tile that I don't enjoy on the top here, so that cannot stay. And these cabinets are brown. Now I want these cabinets to be black, and I also have a vision for these new handles. I think it's gonna come out well, but first things first, we need to clear up all this junk, try to strip the sealer off the cabinets, and then we have to replace this broke, just not in great shape chandelier. So I got a little more comfy, took my makeup off. We're gonna clean this area off now. So we have work room. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see. So I cleaned off all I could. Up there is Alexa and some handles I want to show you. Now, there is other stuff around here. This one toe right in front is the coffee bar stuff. Also, instead of just being a coffee bar, because I do have a lot of storage, you know, there's 3 shelves in each one of these sides. It's gonna be a liquor cabinet too, because I need a place for that as well. So I do have an Amazon list for products I want to do in my home improvement series, the Flip the Crypt series. Thank you, Veil of Pain, for that name. It's beautiful. I love that name. Anyways, also it's a cute name. I put an Amazon list, and then I put it out there just, you know, in case anybody wanted to support the home renovation videos and stuff. And I got 2 gifts. So this one is from Jenny. I'm not going to say her last name. And it's these set of handles that I had dreams of for the coffee bar. There are 8 handles. They came in a 4-pack. And then I bought the other 4-pack. Well, I bought this twice. The first one got lost from Amazon. So, yeah, these handles will be so pretty. We're going for, like, I love Gothic, Victorian type deals, industrial as well. But other than, like, that dark stuff, I love mid-century. I love mid-century stuff. Like, if I was not spooky, I would have a colorful, beautiful mid-century home. So these are basically little starburst with a knob on it. Here's what the picture looks like on Amazon. So I have 8 of these. I have 4 for the top, 4 for the bottom, and then also let me show you the light. So this got delivered from Amazon yesterday, and I was so worried it was broken. But you know this chandelier that I can hit my head on, and it's a problem because I'm not using it as a dining room area. People say, oh, you wouldn't actually hit your head on it normally because there's a table underneath it. You wouldn't walk through the table. It's weird to have your center of your walkway of your house blocked with a table. But here is the light I'm going to replace it with. It is the most beautiful thing in the world, and I'm scared I'm going to break it. Look at her. So we have the starburst inspired handles in gold, and then we have this black and clear glass hanging pendant light with also a star inspired pattern. It's gonna be gorgeous, you guys. I cannot wait to see it up. I'm also terrified that it's gonna break on the way up, and I don't know how to put the light inside of that. We're gonna leave that project for Cortland. But first things first, I'm gonna strip the brown. You know, we're gonna get the sealer off here. And I got a spray one from Home Depot. Before I strip these finish off these so they can be stained, I'm going to take off the handles. Now, again, this stain is what I have. The stain remover thing, the stripper. I don't think this is real wood. So I don't know if this is actually going to work, or I'm just going to have to paint over it and hope it sticks, but Handles need to be removed first so we can put our pretty ones on later. First handle off. I'm going to fill these holes so we can put our single hole in there later. It wasn't that bad. So the stripper says to go a little distance away, make sure you're pointing the right direction, don't get it on anything you care about. 15 minutes, let it sit. And I'm nervous. This smells terrible, so I don't want any cats around. Alright, it's been 15 minutes. I'm gonna wipe and see if I can see any difference between the one that I didn't do and the one that I did do. Okay. I don't know if it's just because it's wet. Something definitely came off though. Maybe their clear coat came off. So if you do this, please wear gloves. I don't know where mine are at the moment because, you know, the moving boxes everywhere. But stuff definitely came off. I think I'm going to be able to try to put a layer of stain on now. I have to do the rest of the cabinets, obviously. But here is the cabinet I did and the cabinet I didn't. It's like it has a matte coating on it that I kind of got off, I think. Again, I don't know if it's stainable because I don't think it's real wood. But I'm going to fill in the handle holes and find out. So the next thing for me is to fix these picture frames. I have these beautiful frames of 2 pictures of Marilyn Monroe. Now the frames themselves are kind of a silvery champagne, but they've gotten a lot of damage and scratches and paint missing because of being in our storage unit, then moving them. It's just, they've received a lot of damage. They're even starting to separate at the bottom, but I don't feel like replacing the frames yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some packing paper and some painter's tape, tape off the glass, and we're gonna spray paint this a fresh new gold. I'm gonna see if I've hammered gold, but I'm gonna cover the glass to do that. And then we're gonna spray paint them. When I tell you I'm tired, wiping all of this off from all these little tiny lines and seams was a mess, and I barely had enough spray paint to paint those pictures. So I'm going to take some wood filler now. This is just liquid wood, plastic wood. This isn't the color white, it's just what I have on hand. Since we're going to be staining over it anyways, it's going to be fine. I'm going to take a little of my finger and just fill and pat over the holes. I'll use another finger to clean off any excess so we don't have extra stuff to sand off later, because we're going to sand over the holes again anyways. But I'm just going to use this to fill in the holes and try to smooth it out as best I can. Hours later, look how gross. Like, I didn't get the stripper off perfectly or something. It's gross. But honestly, I'm not confident this stain is gonna stick. This stain is amazing, by the way. It's the Bear stain in just true black. We used it on another project yesterday and it turned out so beautiful. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I'm not confident this is gonna stick to this cabinet because, again, I don't think it's real wood. So what I'm gonna do, I already got it on myself. I'm gonna take a little bit of paper towels. You could use a cloth or one of those sponge paint applier things. I'm just gonna take a little bit. That's not gonna stain. I can go ahead and tell you that's not gonna stain. So I made a mess on the glass. I made a mess with all this white streaky stripper stuff and wasted $20 on stripper for nothing. For nothing. I'm gonna tape off this area and spray paint it before my husband gets home because he's gonna be mad at me for spray painting it, so I better tape it off and do it now before he gets here because then he'd be mad. But if it's already dry and he can't smell it, maybe he wouldn't notice. There's a lot of other stuff going on in the house right now. Alright, so I'm waiting for this black to dry. I mopped the floor around it for any like residue that sprayed off of it. And I just thought it was super, super funny how I ran out of painter's tape before I could do the top. And the fact that I was thinking, oh, if I fuck it up, it's mine. Who cares? Who can say something? And it's the exact same kind of concept I had when I had a really bad apartment by myself. I'll be like, well, it's not mine. If I slightly mess something up, I'm like, oh, it's not mine. I don't own it. That's their problem. And now that it's mine, it's like, well, got no one to blame but myself. Who's gonna say something? It's mine. Anyways, I'm gonna need this painter's tape before I can continue spray painting it. I can definitely still see the holes where the handles were. Maybe my husband will tell me what I did wrong when he gets here. But the black looks nice. Like, it looks nice. I picked a satin Rust-Oleum paint, which is the paint and a primer, so I knew it would stick properly. It looks really good.
All the shit you don't do, well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action.
Okay, the cabinet is now painted. I put some mugs in there because I was trying to unbox things. This is day 2, by the way, because I ran out of painter's tape and then I needed a step stool and everything. So it is painted. I just need to clean the glass, which still has some stripper on it. This is going to be painted as well, but we have a dilemma with my handles. So you guys know I wanted to use these star handles with the little pull, but it doesn't exactly sit flush. It's a little long, so they kind of stick out on the sides. And then I also didn't fill these in properly, so you can see the handles. I was thinking about just putting it in the top hole, but it doesn't sit flush, so that's a problem. And then I also have these other handles that already fit the holes that were there, so you don't have to see the indentions. They're like an off-white though. But thank you to the subscriber who gifted them to me. So, you know, I have some handle options, which is nice, but they're off-white. And there's a loud bird outside, but I think we're gonna have to go with the off-white handle and just make it work because the stars don't sit flush. I will use the stars for another project and I have 8 of them. So maybe they'll go in the living room, I'm not sure.
Feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that...
Okay, so I don't trust myself with this process, neither does he. So chandelier might be leaving today. And I'm very excited. I hit my head 7 times today on this thing. You'd think Bridget just duck. But I forget. And it hurts. Ah! I'm so excited for this thing to be gone. I hate you, chandelier. So does my forehead. Also, the power is off. It is safe. That's why it's kind of dark in this room. Look. Okay, it's very bright. I'll put my hand in front of it so you can actually see it. It's up. It took like an hour, but it's up and it's beautiful. I will show you it off because that's what's mostly going to be off. So we have a couple more things to do. Oh, but this room looks so much better. And the crematorium sign up there. Improvements, y'all. Improvements. And here is the fixture in the daylight. Came with a cute bronzy base and I just love it. I think it's such an improvement from that long dangly chandelier that hit me in the head. So it is time to prime. I am using this Zinsser primer. It's a 3-in-1 primer. To do this really quickly, it needs to dry for at least an hour. So I'm going to do this on the tile part and then we're going to paint it white. Because the white and black, you know, the whole thing going on here. And then eventually we need to get this wall light gray. Which should be the fun part of today's video. You know, I was very excited about getting the light fixture up last night, but this tile is just not my vibe and it bothers me. Ooh, it's dry now. I'm going to use the Glidden Premium white interior and exterior paint. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, because the grout in here is very, very dark in between. So I'm not too confident about how this paint is going to stick, but I want to give it a shot because the black on black I feel like is going to be too much. We kind of need this contrast. This is the first coat done. It's going to need like 2 or 3 more, it feels like, because I didn't stir the paint bucket up, so it's very watery. So I'm going to need more layers of this. I'll stir it up before the next one, so I'm going to let this dry. Alright, so as you can see, everything is moved away from the wall, and I'm going to paint this wall to make it finished, and then we're going to decorate, and it's going to be good, and this coffee bar video is going to be complete. So I'm going to paint this wall now, because this tan, beigey moment, not the aesthetic. But then it makes me worried, because all the rest of the rooms connected to it are still beige. So eventually I have to get to doing that too, but for now we're just going to start off with this wall. So now the wall is painted. It made the biggest difference in the world. It also has helped my mood tremendously because, quite frankly, the tan was not my vibe and it made me sick. So now that we have this nice color going on, I'm going to clean the glass on the picture frames, and then we're going to start setting up our decorations, which is the part I'm most excited about. It's not just decorations, it's our coffee machine and stuff. I'm not sure how we're going to do the wiring yet, but I'm just going to set it up to look nice and pretty and also functional at the same time.
All the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into...
Okay, are y'all ready to see the final finished coffee bar? Here it is. Ignore that. So now, instead of a dangly light when you walk in through the house, you can see through to the rest of the house. We have some pretty decorations on the walls, and then our actual dining room area just looks so much better with the black and the white. The gray wall made all the difference in the world. I put some spooky and a little bit of orange coloring like throughout because I have the Joanna Parker mugs inside of the coffee bar. This turned out so cute compared to what we had before, you guys. The black and the white tile up top looks so good and contrasty. Up here I put the coffee bar on the side because there's an outlet over here. Some coffee stuff, a couple pods there in my ghosty I need to put eyeballs on. And then just some cute stuff like a little cookie jar, some candle holders. In here we have my Joanna Parker mugs as well as some cute mugs and bar stuff. I just think this looks so much better, and I can actually walk through this room with this new light fixture. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Truly, the before and after of this room means the world to me because I wanted something so pretty for when you get into the main part of the house. It just looks so much better. So thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Have a great day.